know you're somewhere.
Hi Leo, welcome to my channel. My name is Cam. Today, Leo, I'm going to be doing a reflection. That's what I've been calling them for this year. And it's just like food for thought for the year coming up. So you guys got as your archetype for the end of December, the Village. This card only comes up when it's kind of like you need to move out of your hometown. You need to move out of the familiarity of wherever you are. So maybe some of you guys are already out of your hometown, like you don't live at home, obviously. But maybe you're still in that neighborhood. But I get for others of you, you're still in that mindset. So it's not like you're still there, but your mind is still there. So like you think, I don't want to say it in an offensive way, but I think that you might think of things the way your parents thought of them, or you might think of things the way your grandparents thought of them, or you might think of things in a way that your family might think of it, but not the way that you would necessarily think of it if you were kind of free of those people. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know, it's reminding me of like, let's just say you wanted to send your kid to like one school and your parents are like, oh, but you know, all of you guys went to this school. Why wouldn't you send your kid to this school? But you're like, oh, but these programs are like really good and I just think I want to send my kid to this kind of school. And they're like, well, okay. But like you feel like a little bit of the judgment, or like, why would you want to do things differently? Like, you turned out great. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there's that type of mindset where even if you wanted to do something different, you wouldn't really be, like, you'd be asked a lot of questions. You'd be judged or you'd be questioned. And I just feel like there's no need for that. So I feel like at this end of the year, again, a lot of you guys, it's actually having to move out of like the familiarity of your old life. And for some of you guys, that just includes where you live. Like some of you guys still live at home, still live in your hometown, still live in a place that was just like where you grew up. And I feel like this is like that push that if you're gonna travel or you wanted to go somewhere or you wanted to live somewhere different, this would be that time. And maybe you are living different in a different place, but you're not, your mindset is still of like the past. And that's what they want you to change, like the mindset of where you came from. So let's just say like you grew up in the hood, right? And you always, like, I mean, everybody grows up in a different type of like hood, so I'm not gonna talk about mine or versus yours, whatever. But like, let's just say you, and I don't even consider where I live a hood, so like, let's just say like everybody in the hood like does a certain thing, and you kind of find yourself doing the same thing, and you're not even there anymore. You live somewhere different, and you find yourself doing the same things. Like some practices are really helpful, and some things you've learned, and like you don't want to take that away from yourself. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's time for like expansion, like a very big expansion. And I think like this is just holding you back. Like where have you been? Where you've been is supposed to help you grow, not keep you encased in the same shit over and over again. And that's what I'm getting. A lot of you guys need to venture out. And some of you guys have moved away, but you're still in the old mindset, and that needs to change for the year to come. So let's pull a little bit of cards for you guys, Leo. So Leo, I don't know if you guys, we have a lot of like a female archetype here. This could be a mother figure, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This could be a relationship that you're leaving behind. We have a Queen of Pentacles in reverse and a Queen of Swords in reverse, with the Truth underneath it. So there's a lot of archetype here, like big archetypes here with the Sun. And there's minor, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. I feel like you're getting a lot of major and minor arcana because there's a lot going on with this card of the Village. Like again, there's been a lot that's been instilled inside of you from your childhood, from your parents, from your grandparents, from the way that you've always done things. And there's a lot of change that you've also experienced in your life that has taught you, you know, I don't want to do something the way that my dad did it because, you know, he didn't maybe do it the best way. Like I could do it better, right? So I feel like there's a lot of transformation happening in the way that you do things. But I feel like in order to allow, it's reminding me of someone, I was watching like a YouTube channel, and it was like a guy who's from Maine, and he was like a 5th generation like lobster catcher or whatever. I don't know what they're called, like a 5th generation fisherman basically, right? And it's like, that's like a beautiful thing. Like I find that to be like the most beautiful thing, but I would also be like, maybe, have you ever thought of living anywhere other than Maine? You know what I mean? Have you ever thought of doing anything different? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like this person, they love what they do. So I would never, like, that person that's I forget the guy's channel, whatever. But like he looks like ecstatically happy in what he does and super proud of what he does. So he seems to probably have like ventured out and then came back because he found everything that he needed. Like that's the type of person that he looked like. He looked very content. But with these cards out here, it looks, Leo, like you guys are not content. Like the sun is in reverse, right? Like if the sun was upright, then I would have this whole thing wrong. But with the sun in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse, this is you, right? Knight of Wands. With these cards coming up in reverse, it's telling me that like the truth is being known, like it's very clear to you. Like you don't want to do things the way maybe your mom did it. You don't want to do things the way your dad did it. You don't want to do things the way you were kind of brought up to do. Like, you know, I think you just want to do things a lot better. And I feel like a lot of you guys are like struggling right now in maintaining your like authenticity if you're home, you know what I mean? And maintaining your authenticity of who it is that you are, because like, again, it's very hard to do it if you're home. It's very hard to do it even if you're close to your house. I feel like a lot of you guys, if you haven't left your home or your hometown, it's like a sign to do that. Like you will have so much growth once you do, because this, like there's this growth and expansion that's happening within you, and it's being like put down as you stay where you are. And you can see that here, you're not in your energy, right? Like you're not in the energy of like, I want to go do things. I'm ready for adventure. I'm ready to create new things. I'm ready to try new things. This is like you kind of taming out all that energy within you and saying like, oh, I can't go do that. I can't go do this. Like making excuses and shit. And I feel like with the Knight of Swords, you see that. Like you're very sure of it and you know it. But now it's the time to like take those steps. A lot of you guys, I see like a mother figure here. Leo, I always get that shit for you, but whatever. Queen of Pentacles with the sun in reverse. This could have been a divorce also that just happened for some of you guys. This could indicate a divorce. This could indicate an ending of a relationship as well. Queen of Pentacles is someone that maybe you had a long-term relationship with. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is Queen of Swords. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I feel like there's definitely been an ending in some sort of relationship. If it's a marriage, if it's just a dating, like you guys were dating, you see the truth. Like I think a lot of you guys, you see that like, I think a lot of you guys maybe dated someone around your hometown, someone that you felt was like very convenient, someone who was very much like you and your family. Like that could have been the problem here, because like as much as you want maybe these traditional things to remain in your house, I don't think that it was like big enough for you. And with the sun in reverse, it just didn't, I don't feel like you felt like yourself for whoever this is. Like you didn't feel comfortable or happy. So I see you guys seeing the truth at the end of this year, like and going to do something about it. So maybe this relationship has already ended. I feel like for a lot of you it already has. Like all these relations have come to you with the Knight of Swords. This is not new information. This is like, now what the fuck am I going to do with it? And I think a lot of you guys, the answer's coming with the Village. Like it's time to venture out. It's time to expand. It's time to think maybe of moving. It's time to maybe leave your hometown. It's time to, you know, it's not to say that you'll never return home. It's to say that like your community, your family, they can be restricting you, right? And sometimes we need them, right, for support, and sometimes we don't, right? Like think of a kid. There's ages when a kid like needs a mom, you know, 100% of the time, and then as they get older, they kind of venture out. But it's healthy when a mom is always there. Like you can always run back to your home. You can always run back when you need help, or you need comfort, or you need like anything. So it's like, I feel like that option's always going to be there, but why not venture out, Leo? So that's what I'm getting. I'm sorry if you guys have had an ending in a relationship, but I'm getting like, you were not happy in it anyway, and you were not being yourself anyway. And that's the truth. Like the truth was like, this was not working for you in any way. And I think maybe some of you guys even tried to force it for the sake of like community, and the sake of family, and the sake of maybe living nearby, and the sake of like maybe religion as well. And like all these things that you've been brought up to like know. And I'm not saying that any of those things are wrong, tradition, family, no, but I'm just saying like, just because this person is just like your family doesn't mean they're the right person for you. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying you wouldn't meet somebody that lives near you either. I'm just saying like, this person was just not it. And you see the truth in that with the Ace of Swords. Let's pull some blessings for you, Leo. Wow. So Leo, I love what you have. Like, I peeked under this while I was shuffling, and you have the Eight of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be putting work into a brand new beginning. You have two aces out here. Yeah, you want to just be yourself. You want to be yourself, and a lot of you guys are figuring out who is that. You know what I mean? Who is that? I love that you have a blessing on a journey, because that's exactly what we're talking about. A lot of you guys have to venture forward to new places, maybe travel, maybe moving, and I feel like you're going to be blessed on this journey in the year to come if you were to take this chance, if you were to move, if you were to maybe just do things differently. Like, maybe it doesn't have to do with moving, but it has to do with like sticking to your guts and sticking to what you know to be right, and maybe not letting anybody pressure you or make you feel like what you want like isn't okay just because it's not what everybody else did. There's a lot about family here. With the blessing to bring prosperity, there's like a huge tree. Like, she's basically a tree. And like, it's a family tree. And I just get like the word family tree. And I just get like family means so much to whoever this is. And I think that family is the most important thing. But at the end of the day, if you never venture out, if you never like kind of move away from them for a second, and get like, I feel like there's like a needing to get to know yourself a little better. And it's like some people are able to do that in your home, and some people need to venture out. And I feel like you're the example of like having to go, having to see who you really are, having to see if like, it's like if you were to marry your high school sweetheart, right? Like, you could marry your high school sweetheart and have the best, you know, life ever. And then some people marry the high school sweetheart and get divorced, you know, immediately. Everybody's different. And I just feel like you're the group that shouldn't be like struggling with the fact of like the way that you are, but accepting the fact that the truth is that I think you want to do things differently, and you're going to. So even though comfort is a big thing with family, I think this is about leaving that comfort zone, Leo, and really venturing forth. So that's what I'm getting for you guys. I love you. I hope that this helps, and I'll see you next time. Bye.